Today to show you a little bit about pest control, which me and my partner do in the course of our work. We have been asked to come to this mill to eradicate the pigeons. I'd like to show you some of the equipment which we use, which is a must in our job. We use a standard pneumatic air rifle. The reason we use a pneumatic air rifle is because its versatility. A spring gun is a set power. This pneumatic, you can alter the power. So a low power for a short shot, so it doesn't go through the bird and therefore be dangerous. We use a light. We need the light inside the mill because there's some dark areas where the pigeons tend to hide. We can illuminate them and kill them cleanly. We use a silencer as not to scare the birds and not to alarm the public. Also in our work, we have to use radios to keep in close contact with each other. When you're in mills, in little nooks and crannies, it's very important that you don't walk across each other's line of fire. So these are a must. Another pest control problem we have is at Manchester City. It poses different problems in here as the birds are flicking the divots up on the pitch, and therefore the pitch is dying as it does in winter. So we've got to go and look at that job and sort it out. There's only two places safely to shoot at Manchester City. The place I use is where I put my decoys out, crows and owl, and I also put down a film container. When I go back to my position and shoot it, I know the gun is completely zeroed for that area. The second area is where my partner is, which is under the main aerials out of a hatch on the stand. A useful bit of kit what AJ uses, he calls it the sky hoop. He uses it to steady his aim when he's shooting the birds off the aerials. There's also a place where we shoot towards the spotlights. One miss here would cost £1,500. That would terminate our contract. So as you can see, we've got to be very, very efficient and very, very safe in what we do. With all the rubbish that's left after a match, it attracts a lot of birds, which afterwards make a lot of mess on the seats, which costs a lot of money to clean off. There's birds also after the match. After the groundsmen have put the divots back, are picking the divots up, flicking up, trying to find worms underneath. They haven't got the manners to put the divot back, therefore the pitch is dying. So we have to control the birds to stop them coming in doing this problem. They've just built a new stand called the Umbro stand at City, and with our consultation I've put a netting all the way across the top, which has alleviated any of the problems of the birds coming in and nesting up there. We're hoping when the other new stands are completed that all this will be done and it'll all be netted. So when they built the new stands and netted them, me and my partner may be out of a job. So we can't stand here chatting all day. Let's go and do what the job in hand, what we came to do. Let's get rid of some pigeons in the mill. This mill is very good. I can always check on my rifle, make sure it's completely accurate. As so. Just to make sure you can always catch the rifle on objects in the mill. It's always best to make sure it's very, very accurate, and then you complete a clean kill on the vermin you're shooting. Don't need it in here now. There we are. Out. Did I? Yeah. Oh, you missed it. There's plenty more. Another reason why we shoot the pigeon is because you can see by the floor the erosion and the footprints of the pigeons. They're taking up the bits of stone to mash the corn up and what they eat outside and all the food waste. As they do this, they're causing erosion to the floor, and which in turn makes the mill unsafe, floor unsafe. Right. This is through pigeon droppings. They've gone through it, it's ate away the floor, and it's just rotten now. There's two playing in there, you see, which I'll remember next time I come to be very quiet and try and get them on ambush. But obviously they was disturbed and flew through the broken window. So I try and remember where they were when I come in, if I do miss them, because they'll always go back to that same spot and roost. That's why you can't scare them. They just keep coming back. They won't be scared. We'll just check inside here, see if there's any hiding. Ah, this is going to be a pretty difficult shot before he moves. I can only just see the top of its head. As with any bird or game you shoot, you must pick them up. The difference being with me in a hunting game, these are vermin. They literally eat anything they can find on the floor, dog book, rubbish, they go on the tips. They're full of diseases. You need a good pair of gloves. This useful piece of kit, which is from a disabled shop, black bag, and just literally pick up from the neck into the bag. The blood is highly contagious, and when you're dealing with as many birds as we do, the percentages of getting infected are very, very high. So you've got to really be careful what you're doing. We have to come back later on and spray the whole area with Vicam, just disinfecting it and keep it safe, because when the builders come in to do the rest of the work on, they don't want to be infected also. It really doesn't matter how awkward and how hard it is to get the pigeons. You must try to get all the pigeons yourself. When we had these pigeons analysed, we found so many parasites involved inside them, they literally ate each other away. It's very important as well to dispose of the bag of pigeons. We don't just dump them anywhere. We have an agreement with Oldham Council. No matter what pigeons we can have them disposed of immediately into the incinerator, which that's where they should be gone, burnt and no harm to any other human being. Right, that's the job done. All I've got to do now is put these in the incinerator, clean my gun off, clean myself off, reserve it for tomorrow, start another job.